You would think I'd had it queued up already. Should a man always be the one leading in a relationship? I do have a clip that I ran across that kind of paints it in a different perspective. Kind of paints it in a different perspective. So let me go ahead and get this clip pulled up for you guys. Here we go.
Mission is two people submitting to the mission of the relationship, right? So it's two people understanding where their strengths are and where their weaknesses are. They're understanding where they're good, where they're strong, and where they're weak, where they need a little bit of help. And in those areas, then they defer to the other person. So to me, that's what submission really means.
In order to be an effective leader, you need to know when to move out the way.
Oh, that's good. I like
Because, you know, I don't think it's always the man who has the vision in a relationship, and I don't think it's always him that's supposed to. You know, if let's say my lady is a lawyer, she pulling in 150 a year. The vision is clear. We're gonna need a few more years of what you got going on before we start talking about who I'm supposed to be and what I got going on. And if I need to lead by moving out of her way so she can accomplish some things to better us, then I need to be strong enough to do that. So I think a man's leadership, the way we often define it at a societal level, needs to come from him being able to go within himself and move his ego to the side, because a lot of men lead from an egotistical place where it's about what I want, not about what we need.
That's right.
Oh, I like
the mission.
And so, yeah, like.
All right, let's go ahead and hop into it. Should a man always be the one leading in a relationship? I'm gonna go ahead and go to you first, Marcus. What are your thoughts about that, sir?
So I do believe a man should always be the one leading, but way he described, it doesn't negate him being a leader. I think he could have added the caveat that the way it's coming off is seeming as though money is the determining factor in what leadership is. She can make 200 million a year, and as long as you secure who you are as a man, that should not affect how you and her interact. It shouldn't change the level of respect she has for you. It shouldn't change anything but the resources at y'all disposal, right? And for y'all to build whatever vision that is. Now, will that require you to make sacrifice to make sure she make that 200 million? Absolutely. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It would, like, I think I said it before. It was a time when my wife was making more money than me. That didn't change a thing within the relationship. You know what I'm saying? And I say it proudly. I was proud of her and I'm cheerleading it. You know what I'm saying? I want you to win. I'm not in competition. We working together. A win for you is a win for me. We both winning. That's how I look at that. So I don't think it changed the role of the relationship because of who brought in more money this month or who, you know what I'm saying? But again, I think that's one of the things when we say when you lead with your wallet, she lead with your wallet. So if your only attribute that you provide to your relationship is financial, then yeah, you'll run into that issue where when she make more money than the disrespect a star. But if you leading from like a divine purpose within yourself and she respecting that, I don't think you should ever have no issue with that.
All right. Go ahead, Trev.
Yeah, Marcus got it right there. And that's what threw me off. He did say a lot of good things, but when Marcus mentioned the money, making money, that doesn't mean that you the leader now just because you're making money. That's crazy. Like, there's so much more that you should be offering as a man, as a leader, right? For one, you know, there's three main purposes anyway. The P's, you got your providing, that's one, but then you're still a protector, right? If you have a woman protector, you have a serious issue. And thirdly, you're a problem solver. That's the main thing. And your woman should always be able to learn something for you. There's so many things that you can do as far as like working on a car, fixing stuff at the house, right? Just making good decisions. The money is not where it's at. I can't really subscribe to that part of it. That I don't know why he even brought that part up. That really rubbed me the wrong way. Pause. Like, for that money thing, man, they could keep that. That right, yo, man, I don't know. For the first time in a while, I kind of feel triggered with that part right there. Like, to say the money, because that doesn't mean anything to me, man. Like, that doesn't matter at all. Not to say, listen, I do believe a man should provide. I do. But there are some instances where you have, it might be a hyper-functioning woman who can just go ahead and go get it like that. But she should still respect you as a man. You're still going to lead, right? And there are instances where you're going to say, hey, look, you go ahead and do this, right? She got that. The woman is going to lead in certain aspects, but that doesn't make you submit to her leadership. You know what I'm saying? Like she can handle this situation and she can lead that situation. That doesn't mean that you're now submitting to her, in my opinion. That's cool.
It sound crazy, Trev. Like, you know those child stars? Are they now in charge of their family? Like when you, when
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? That don't make no
Like
sense.
Webster or
Yeah,
Gary Coleman and yeah.
that shit
one of
don't make
my
no
one
sense.
of my big issues with the word provide, right, is the way we use it is like provide is the action version of provision. And if we just like break down and use etymology, right? Provision is foresight. It's provision. The word pro is advance, before, ahead, and vision is a clear, obvious word. So provision is foresight. It has nothing to do with money. It has everything with to do with having a plan and having a vision for what you want to create. That's one of men's gifts in the world. That's why manifestation starts with the word man. But regardless of that, another issue I have with what he's saying is like he's trying to make it seem as though somehow the money is what makes a person a leader. But even in corporations, we have a CEO and a CFO, right? And the CFO's responsibility is to worry about the fundraising and worry about bringing in the money. And the CEO's job is to lead the vision of the company and the mission of the company. So again, this is another example where someone bringing in the finances still has nothing to do with the vision or the leadership of what's being led. So I don't understand why these guys keep saying that somehow the woman's supposed to have the vision or the man shouldn't have the vision. I completely disagree. The man should always have the vision in the relationship, and I don't think there's anything wrong with him delegating as a leader roles to his partner. So if his partner's role in the relationship is to be the breadwinner, then that is her role. The same way my role might be sales in a corporation. Just because I'm the one closing the $1 million deals doesn't mean I'm the one who decides where we buy the next headquarters. That doesn't mean that I get to decide what the price of the product is. I'm just the guy bringing in the money. That's my role. But that has nothing to do with leadership. Leadership is the person who oversees all of the roles. So and also a good leader always keeps people around them that know more than them in certain areas. So yeah, you might be the scientist that knows how to put the chips together for the iPhone. And I'm Steve Jobs. At the end of the day, nobody cares who whatever the Japanese guy that sorted it all together was. Nobody cares who that guy is. The person that matters is Steve Jobs because the entire thing is a culmination of his vision. So at the end of the day, I think it's just a ridiculous notion, and it's just weird to hear a guy even say that, like, oh, if she's a lawyer, then that's what the vision is. Okay, so what happens if she decides that she doesn't want to be a lawyer anymore? That means the vision for your family is gone. Then on top of that, how is her career the vision for your family? I thought the vision for the family was things like where we gonna live, what kind of diet we gonna have, what kind of school are our kids going to, what kind of insurance plan do we got set up? What kind of plans do we got for our kids' college fund? Like to me, like how we paying these taxes? We need a fence. We need to do our lawn. We buying new land. We buying new houses, new products. To me, that's what we're planning on. So it's like to be like, oh, she's a lawyer and that's the vision, bro. He sound like a leech. Honestly, he sound like somebody who's just like, well, I'll find a girl who's getting a bag, and that's my vision now. That's the vision. That's the plan. I'm gonna get behind her until she changed her mind. Then I guess he's hypergamous. That's what it sounds like. It's weird to me.